I hope you all enjoyed the last couple of episodes of the Tremain Show. I told y'all about my very first business venture. It was fun time. It was cool. Even though ultimately we weren't successful, I had a really good time and I learned a lot about business and a lot about entrepreneurship during that time. All right, so what are some of my key takeaways? That's what I'm gonna tell you about today. One in particular that would really gonna help you as an entrepreneur. Stay tuned. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Tremain Show. I'm Tremain Davis, and today I'm going to give you a couple of the key takeaways, one in particular that I think is really going to help you as an entrepreneur from my time as, from my first business venture, not my time as an entrepreneur, because I'm still an entrepreneur, but from my first business venture. So the last two episodes, if you didn't get a chance to catch them, I did a part one and a part two. Please go back and check those out. It's a really cool story. But I talked about how I started my very first business venture, which was a technology company. We built a tech platform. This was 20 years ago. So I was talking about, just the technology constraints, if you will, at the time, and just some of the things that we experienced trying to start a tech business back in 2000 with technology that didn't really exist yet. It was just a really interesting time. But I had a good time. I learned a lot. One of my best experiences as an entrepreneur, even though we experienced a lot of hardship, we ran into a lot of walls, we hit a lot of hurdles. I learned a ton during that time about how to persevere, how to problem solve, how to be able to put out fires, how to deal with clients and clientele, how to go talk to clients and clientele, how to speak to high level people, CEOs, athletic directors, people that ran programs. I just learned so much about business during that time, and it was really a crash course. Because I dropped out of college in order to start my first business. So it's not like I had a business degree, or it's not like I had taken any business classes. I just went out and went for it. So what is one of the key takeaways? And this is something I think is really going to help you all as entrepreneurs. One of the key takeaways that I like to point to and talk about from that time period is that I should have been thinking bigger. All right, so the key takeaway that I really want to talk to you all about today and really get into and really dig into is about thinking bigger. You have to think bigger as an entrepreneur. Whatever level you're on, whatever, niche you've carved out for yourself, whatever platform you're standing on as an entrepreneur, always know that there's a next step up. There's a next plateau to get to. There's a next place that you could be reaching for. There's always something bigger. There's something more out there for your business. And that's okay if you just enjoy where you are, you enjoy the success that you have made, you enjoy where your business is right now, or potentially maybe where you're headed, and you're like, hey, Tremain, I don't like thinking bigger. I don't want this business to be too big. That's fine, okay? If that's you, it is totally okay. This is for people that like to think big and like to dream big and like to look at the next level, like to go to the next level. And there's nothing wrong if you don't. If you got a nice side hustle going and something that you really enjoy doing, you make some good money, and it's doing what it needs to do for you from a business aspect, that's fine. That's totally fine. But there are some people out there that really do like to think big and dream big and think to the next level. I'm one of those people, and I know, looking back on that time period and looking back on that situation of me starting my first business, we weren't thinking big enough. And I just know that if my thought process would have been about thinking bigger, understanding the market dynamics, understanding where we were and what we were looking at, that's something I said during the video explanation about my first business, that we didn't know what we were looking at. We didn't know that streaming video and YouTube and all those different platforms were coming down the pike. They were literally going to be launching in the next year or two, and we didn't know that streaming video was the next thing. It's like I said, we had the instincts to understand that there was an opportunity there, but instead of us, how can I say this? Instead of us trying to figure out streaming video, we were dead set on figuring out how to do a sports recruitment platform. And that is okay. A sports recruitment platform would have been I mean, we could have got it off and running. I mean, that in and of itself would have been a multi-million-dollar opportunity because we were solving a problem. But the bigger problem was streaming video. Now, after we set out to do our sports recruitment platform, we realized the problem in the streaming video space. Now, if we would have pivoted at that point and said, hey, there's a bigger issue here. Let's go out and try to solve streaming video. That would have been $1 billion opportunity. There's one guy that I know you all know. His name is Mark Cuban. He went out and solved streaming video with his company AudioNet, and he is now worth $5.something billion. The bulk of his money came from him selling his company that streamed video and streamed audio on the internet. He sold that to Yahoo for $5-something billion, and that was happening right around that time. And so streaming video was it. And but me coming from where I come from, the neighborhood that I'm from, nobody around me was telling me check the market dynamics. This is why it's good to have a mentor, and I'll do a whole nother video about that. But I didn't know, I didn't have one. We were really set on figuring out sports recruitment, and that was a great problem to solve. But there was a much bigger problem that we could have been working on that would have yielded much bigger returns. So I always like to tell people from that time period, that's one of the biggest lessons that I learned about entrepreneurship, is to think bigger. There's always something bigger on the horizon if you just take the time to look. Or if you understand your market dynamics, if you understand your industry, if you understand the space that you're going into or the space that you're in already as a business owner, if you do your research and you really, really, really dial into what's happening around you, you'll be able to see those opportunities, and you'll be able to see what's coming next. You'll be able to see around the corner and say, oh man, this is where it looks like the industry is going. Let's start making our product, tailoring our product towards where the industry is going to be going in the future. And that's something that a seasoned entrepreneur starts to learn over time. So if I would have known then what I know now, oh man, we would have blown it up. But of course, at the time, you're still learning, you're still picking it up, and I'm still learning today. But I would consider myself to be a seasoned entrepreneur. I've been in multiple situations, started multiple companies. So I understand the dynamics of what needed to be done then. Now, of course, hindsight is always 20/20. I wish I would have had some of that vision back then, but I was learning. So think bigger. That's what I really wanted to talk to you all about today. Wherever you are in your entrepreneurial pursuit, there's always a next level. There's always something more. There's always something bigger. And I want to get you guys and push you guys and challenge you all to always think bigger about your industry, about your business, about what you can do as an entrepreneur. You can always do more, okay? And you can do it. Don't let anybody put these restraints on you and these constraints on you saying that you can't do it, you can't get it done. You come from a certain neighborhood, so don't even think about it. People from our family, we don't start businesses. We don't do well with money. These are things that are just passed down from the generations. People around you may say these things to you, but I want you to put that stuff aside today. Listen to me. I'm encouraging you right now that you can go out and do it, all right? There's always another level. There's always an opportunity to think bigger and do you just more. Like I said, if that's not your cup of tea, it's okay. If you're successful in the space that you're in, that is totally fine. You're still making a difference and you're still going out to be an entrepreneur. I want you to be successful. Hopefully these videos are giving you some free game, some free information, some good information that you can use in order to be successful. But if you do think that there may be something else out there that your business can go to another level, I'm telling you right now that it can. All you got to do is think outside of the box, pan back a little bit, look at what the industry is doing. There's always something else that you could be doing. My company, of course, Davis & Davis Investments and Management, we coach companies and we coach businesses and entrepreneurs and small businesses on this exact thing. It's called innovation planning. So if that's something you're interested in potentially talking to us about, you can hit the link below and grab your free consultation. And I actually put that at the outro of every video. So you'll be seeing that in a second. Anyway, as usual, like, subscribe, share. I love sharing this information with you. Hope you all are excited about this journey that I'm on. I think we're like almost on day 50 or something now. We're doing a video every single day for the next 365 days. And like I said, we're probably about on day 50. So we're having a fun run with it, having a good time. just talking about the different information about business with you all, talking about my personal experiences, reaching down to my well of business knowledge, and really just sharing with you all. So one more thing, the best form of support, I like to say this, is just you being here with me today, and I really appreciate you. My name is Tremain Davis, and I see y'all on the next one. Peace. This video is brought to you by Davis & Davis Investments and Management, a full-service business solutions firm. So whether you need one-on-one business coaching or training, or whether you need business strategy development, or if you just need to learn how to shoot professional videos from your iPhone so you can move some of your content online, we've been helping businesses win for over 10 years. So click the link below, grab your free consultation to see if we're the right fit for you.